Hello and welcome. I'm a hotel AI expert, and I've spent my career right at the heart of modern hospitality operations. I am absolutely thrilled to welcome all of you, the students of Europe Hotel School, to your online learning journey. We're here to support your growth, so let's dive right into a critical skill for any hotel leader: how to strategically pinpoint those high-value MICE sales opportunities. So, let's start with a big question, one that really gets to the core of this. Where do the best MICE opportunities, the really profitable ones, actually come from? You know, the common answer might be from an inquiry that lands in my inbox. But I'm here to tell you, that's reactive. We need to be proactive. It's about curiosity, it's about research, and it's about having a deep sense of what's happening in the market. So let's break down how you can develop that mindset. We're going to tackle this in 4 key parts. First, we'll get into the why, understanding what drives MICE demand in the first place. Then, we'll talk about the who, profiling the exact markets you should be going after. After that, it's all about the where, using your own location strengths to your advantage. And finally, we'll wrap up with the when, which is all about the incredible power of proactive timing.
All right, let's jump into part 1, understanding MICE demand. You see, to really succeed in this space, you have to get the why behind every single event. MICE business isn't random. It doesn't happen because someone feels like traveling. It's born from very specific, very strategic goals within an organization.
So just so we're all on the same page, MICE stands for meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions. The key thing to remember is that these events have a purpose. They are built to achieve a business goal. You might have a big company rolling out new software and needing to train its entire sales force, or maybe it's a huge product launch for the media, or it could be an industry-wide conference for thousands of doctors to share the latest research. The need is always organizational, not personal. So if that's the why, then this list tells us exactly where to start looking. Some industries are just absolute powerhouses for MICE business. Think about sectors like finance, technology, and especially healthcare and pharmaceuticals. They are constantly holding trainings, seminars, and big annual meetings. Imagine a major drug company launching a new product. That one event could lead to dozens of smaller, regional training meetings all over the country. If you start actively watching these industries, you can begin to see demand taking shape long before an RFP is ever sent out. Okay, that naturally leads us to our second section, profiling your target markets. We get the why now, so let's focus on the who, because trust me, the MICE market is definitely not a one-size-fits-all kind of deal. This table does a great job of breaking down the 3 big segments. First, you have the corporate market. Their goal is usually training or strategy. So think smaller to medium-sized groups, but, and this is key, they meet frequently. This can be a really steady source of business. Then you've got associations. Their main goal is sharing knowledge, and they host these huge annual or biannual conferences that can fill every room in your hotel for days. And finally, there's incentive travel. This is all about rewarding top performers. The group size and how often they travel can vary, but the spend per person is often through the roof. Understanding these differences is absolutely critical to aiming your sales efforts in the right place.
Which brings us perfectly to our third section, leveraging your strengths, or what I call the where of opportunity. It's not just about finding any MICE business, it's about finding the right MICE business for your specific property in your specific location.
You really need to think on 2 different levels here. First, let's zoom out to the macro level, your destination. Is your city a major hub with a big international airport? Do you have a giant convention center? Those are huge magnets for large international events. Then we zoom right into the micro level, your actual hotel. What makes you special? Do you have the biggest ballroom in town? Are you a beautiful resort perfect for those high-end incentive trips? Matching your unique strengths to the right market segment is how you win. It's how you turn inquiries into confirmed bookings. And you can't forget about seasonality. This chart shows a simple but really powerful idea. During your peak season, when the hotel is packed with tourists, you probably have very little space and your rates are high. That's not very attractive for a large group. But your off-peak season, that's your golden opportunity. You've got rooms, you've got meeting space, and you can be more flexible on price. This is when you can strategically go after that MICE business to fill the gaps when you need it most.
So, we've covered the why, the who, and the where. Let's talk about our final, crucial piece of the puzzle, the when. This is all about the power of proactive timing. In the world of MICE, being early isn't just a good idea, it's everything.
And here is the single most important thing to get your head around.
The planning cycle for these big events is long. We're not talking weeks or even months. Many of the biggest, most important conferences are booked in on the calendar years ahead of time. So if you're just sitting there waiting for an RFP to show up, I promise you, you're already way, way behind the competition. So what do? You build a proactive strategy. Here are 4 steps you can start using tomorrow. Number 1, monitor. You have to become an expert observer. Track those industry calendars, watch the economic trends. 2, network. Get out there, go to the trade shows, join the industry forums, meet the planners. 3, anticipate. This is where you connect the dots. You use what you've learned to figure out which companies are probably going to need a venue in the future. And finally, the most important step of all, initiate. You reach out, you make contact, you present your hotel as the perfect solution before they even officially start looking.
Then why do we do all this? Why does it matter so much? Because this isn't just about being busy, it's about getting real results. A proactive, informed approach does more than just win you another piece of business. It dramatically improves your conversion rates, it builds stronger, more loyal client relationships, and ultimately, it creates sustainable, long-term revenue growth. And that right there is the goal. So as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a question to really think about. As a future leader in this incredible industry, based on everything we've just discussed, what is the very first proactive step you're going to take to go out there and find your next big MICE opportunity? Think about it, make a plan, and then go make it happen. Thank you.